Hello, and thank you for your interest in applying to work as a social worker for the Department of Social Services. You're about to watch a video that depicts real workers telling real stories about the families they work with every day. We've created this video in the hopes that this will provide further context for you to be able to make the best decision about whether working as a county social worker is where you want to be. The job is demanding and rewarding. Every family is a little different. We all learn something new each day. If this seems like a place that is right for you, I hope to see you here very soon.
The hardest part about being a social worker is dealing with families with their loved ones towards the end stage of life.
The court system, having to testify, writing court reports.
Sometimes you're faced with a client or individual who has many issues.
Going to work every day, not knowing what to expect.
There's going to be days when police aren't going to respond.
Being unfairly judged by the community on why we do our job and how we do it. The most challenging thing about being a social worker is learning all the laws, policies, and procedures, penal codes, WIC codes that govern the job that we do, and learning the extensive child welfare system from beginning to end.
There's so many situations where children have to cope with the abuse and neglect they have been faced in their lives. And one of the things, I had a child that had been abused and had a lot of trust issues. And just building that rapport with that child, talking through the issues, helping that child to work with the professions in their lives, and that's real hard because they have set up their guards and set up walls.
The most rewarding thing about being a social worker is that you make a difference in people's lives. Sometimes for some person it could be a minimal difference. For some people it could be life-changing.
What surprised me the most about being a social worker is our inability to basically turn off our work at 5 o'clock. I had no idea that I'd be going home every night thinking about my clients and being distracted from my family from my personal family, because I'm busy thinking about, did I handle that situation properly? Did I give that child everything I could have given her? Did I find a way to work around her issues or his issues? That's very challenging and very difficult for me.
When an outcome doesn't come out as I expected, I definitely try to take it as a learning experience. Was it because of something that we might have missed? Can we address that issue again? Can we do the same things and hopefully get a different outcome? Or do we need to brainstorm and come up with new ideas?
The worst cases you will ever have to deal with in social services is the death of children, either intentionally or unintentionally. In either case, it's a difficult case. One I had was where a child died and the child was actually in foster care, and the child just suffered from issues and passed away. I had to pick the mother up, had to inform the mother with the chaplain of the death of her child, then transport her to the hospital and then later to the morgue.
I've never actually had a child afraid of me. I've had children very disrespectful. I've been spit on, cussed at. And you just, again, have to remain calm. You have to put yourself in their shoes, what they're going through, where they've been, and you don't take it personally.
Finding an appropriate home, a lot of times it really depends on the day, but we don't really have a lot of homes available. And I think I kind of joke sometimes that the best home in the middle of the night is the home that answers their phone. And so it may not be the most appropriate home, but it's the only home available. So just having available homes is probably the most challenging part. But also just knowing that you removed this child's been with you, you bonded, you kind of feel like you're protecting this child, and then you're taking him to a stranger's home. That's always been one of the hardest parts for me to deal with, is placing a child in a stranger's home when I know why I removed them, but I don't know why. I don't know how they're going to do after I place them.
It's important to be able to work with a diverse community because otherwise you lose your support systems. Each person, especially in the elderly community, relies on their non-formal support systems, their families, their nieces, their nephews, their church communities, their temples, to really provide the support that they need, because in APS, we are only there for the fire, and when the fire is gone, we need the other support systems to step in.
The best part of my job is just going to work every day and knowing that I'm going to be able to do something different. I might be going into a different home, just engaging with people, connecting with them.
Having the opportunity to see and work with families, make the changes that they need in their lives to be a healthy, supportive family.
You have the ability and the knowledge to help other individuals become self-sufficient.
When I return children to their parents, there is a feeling of joy that I cannot replace.
Making a positive impact on a child or family's life.
Knowing that every day you have the opportunity to touch somebody's life.
If you have the skills to meet this challenging career and make a difference in people's lives, we encourage you to submit an application to become a social worker with the Department of Social Services.